couple weeks back, you got to see us go down to Shields, and we bought the new UV 1K arrows. We've actually got lighted nocks on them because these are for both of us, they're our hunting setup. And today we're gonna go over our opinion of them. We've been shooting them for about a month now. We hunted with them. We've shot a lot practicing with them, just getting them set up, getting them tuned to our bows, and here's our overall thoughts on them.
Unfortunately, we didn't kill any animals with them, but we slayed a lot of foam. So, we don't know how lethal they are. I'm assuming lethal. But we do have, a few hundred arrows downrange that we can, kind of give our opinions about. So, again, this is just our opinion. It's not fact or anything like that. But we hope to, help you guys out if you're wanting to purchase these UV 1Ks, or if you just, are curious about, how effective they are and if they're a gimmick or not. We wanted to go over these UV arrows. I like them personally. I think that they are really, really good, high quality arrows. But me and Cade, we got two batches. We have these ones that we got about a month ago, like a month and a half, that we've been shooting, hunting with. They've been in our quivers, everything like that. And then we got these ones literally last night. And I wanted to note how yellow these fletchings already are. Like, it's been a few weeks, in my quiver, out in the sun, and they're already extremely yellow. Now, is that a game changer, deal breaker? No, not really, but it is kind of, sad that these beautiful white fletchings yellowed that quickly. But overall, there's nothing wrong with these arrows. A few scuff marks on the actual fletchings in the shaft, but they're still perfectly fine. Just the yellow of the fletchings, it's just kind of annoying. It's not the end of the world, but I would rather that it didn't happen. So.
We all know how good these arrows look when they're brand new, freshly out of the box. Unfortunately, stuff happens to them. And one of the big downsides to these, obviously, is the price. Now, in my experience, this arrow actually got shot at a woven target. We have a bigger target that it passed through, and in doing that, it tore up these fletchings pretty good. This arrow is no longer shootable. I could refletch it. I could put, we've got other arrows that are fletched in other fletchings, other setups, but it's now, again, very expensive. It's $35 to get the refletch kit for these, which you can still refletch. I believe it comes with enough to fletch 6 arrows. But that's still even more money that you got to spend on these arrows. It's a lot. Fletchings usually are not that expensive, but that's to me, that's a huge negative that comes along with these arrows. So, let me know what you guys think, but that to me is big downer.
So what I really like about these UV 1Ks is this little innovative idea with these field points. There's a little rubber O-ring inside of these field points that kind of prevents them from backing out as much or as fast as other arrows. I feel like every other arrow in existence, I pull it out of my foam target and it's already rattling. And so I have to screw all of them back in. These ones, you don't have to worry about them as much. Still check them, of course, but I really like this idea. It makes a lot of sense, and it just kind of makes life less annoying. So I like that a lot.
All right, well, those are a lot of the things that we like and dislike about these arrows. They're fully loaded with a lot of interesting features. The 4.5 millimeter, the fletchings are super cool. The opposite helical. There's a lot of really cool things about them, but ultimately none of that matters unless they can shoot. So we're going to dive into how well they can shoot, some of the things that me and Connor noticed while shooting them, and maybe some of the pros and cons for do they shoot well enough to be worth it. After shooting these for the last couple weeks, I think one of the biggest things to note and it kind of sucks, is these, for me, they shoot 5 or 6 inches left of all of my other arrows. Now, this is only at 40 yards. You can say this is one of my DCA arrows that I won at the Bow Disciples shoot. And these are one of the RIP TKOs. These have no helical. These have the same helical, just in the opposite direction as the UVs. But this helical being different and the opposite way, for me, throws these about 6 inches to the left. And obviously that can get a little bit more aggressive the farther distances we go, but it's kind of frustrating. You can't just run 2 different arrow setups. You have to change your left and right every time you want to change it. So that's a huge negative to me. But we'll go now and see how well they group. How do you think they shoot, Connor?
Let's see. Well, they shoot pretty good. I think that they buck the wind fairly well. They do shoot a little bit right of all of my other arrows, but it's nothing to complain too much about. They group fairly well, and it seems like that they fly and buck through the wind pretty well as well.
They seem to shoot pretty good at 40 and some of the closer distances, but how well do they shoot when you get some distance? Let's shoot a few here at 85 and see how they go. That's 3 shots at 80. Let's go see how we did. Well, 85 yards. These arrows seem to do pretty good. I don't know. That's still a pretty good grouping. I know that there's a lot of people that can shoot better than that, and that's okay, but I think they shoot pretty good. The question is, are they worth the price?
These arrows, they're just so handsome. I mean, look at that. They're so sleek, they're pretty, they're cool.
Definitely the coolest arrows, coolest looking arrows.
100%.
In my opinion.
100%. They're quiet. We forgot to mention that. We have mentioned that in the past. They are really quiet arrows. Mm-hmm. And it seems like they buck the wind fairly good. So those are 2 upsides that I really like that I've noted as I've shot these arrows, is that they're quiet and they fly through the wind pretty solid.
I think to the same extent, they do fly very well. However, so do most every other arrow I've ever shot. I've got arrows that are about a quarter of the price of those DCA arrows, and they shoot just as good. I can shoot just as good at groups with those. I can shoot just as good at groups with my RIP TKOs, VAP TKOs. I mean, any arrow that I've shot, I think I can, for the most part, get very similar groups. As long as you're shooting arrows with the same straightness, similar setup, dude, it's going to be about the same. So for that reason, I think for me, as cool as they look, as awesome as they feel and sound and all that, I gotta say no. I don't think that they're worth the price tag. I mean, especially maybe for your hunting setup, maybe if you're just wanting, one of the guys that's a gearhead, you want to have the coolest looking setup, the coolest, whatever, then by all means send it. I love UV. I shoot the UV slider. I have both the UV releases. I love UV's products, but to me they don't outperform everything else enough to be worth the crazy price tag.
100%. And we know that these are, they're not the most expensive by far. There's a lot of other arrow brands out there that are super expensive. But I agree. I think that I can shoot maybe even a little better with my less expensive arrows, because I'm not so worried about losing a $36 arrow, plus these nocks, which makes them probably closer to $40 per arrow. So, it's a little high stress shooting these bad boys, because you get out there further distances and misses happen. You miss the target, and so you know, it's just one of those things that you kind of got to deal with. And $40 to lose one of these, it's not too fun. So,
let alone getting them refletched. Very expensive. I don't know that there's a more expensive fletching setup out there.
100%. And we know that fletchings, you toast them all the time. I mean, so that refletch kit, that's a pretty penny for that. So.
Yeah, I've got 3 that are sitting back there that need to be refletched, and
yeah, so
I might not ever do it. So,
am I gonna go out and throw these away? Absolutely not. I like them. I think that they look really cool. So I'm gonna run them for a while until I find something that I like better or equally. Sure, I'll run them. I don't care. And part of it too is they're cool. So they have that coolness factor for me. So
yeah, I won't throw them away. However, I don't believe that I'll be purchasing more of them. Is my honest opinion.
But for those of you that have purchased these UV arrows, what's your opinion on them? For those of you that haven't, what's your opinion on them? Just let us know down in the comments. Are they a gimmick? Do you like them? Are they too expensive? Are they not expensive enough?
I don't know anybody that's going to say that, but
I will.
I guess, but hey, if you're looking to get a pair of these, or get a set of these, they do have them at Shields. They are awesome down there. If you guys want to go, they will take care of you. They will make sure that they get set up and cut to the right length that you need. Those guys are awesome. You know, let them know that we sent you down there. Other than that, I think that these arrows are expensive, and I think that there's better options for the money. It's my honest opinion. So what else do you guys want us to test? What do you want us to look at? What do you want us to do? We got a lot of big ideas coming, but we always love to hear what you guys got. You know, we actually get a bunch of messages on Instagram. We get a decent amount of comments requesting some of the stuff, and we love it. So let us know down in the comments below what you guys think. Make sure you're subscribed. That's a huge thing. I think it's like 80-90% of our viewers are not subscribed, and a lot of you are still returning viewers. So make sure you subscribe. If you don't, then you're lame, I guess. But that's okay. We still love you. So
Go Mom.
all right, so tune in next week. We got a lot of, actually next week is going to be a lot of fun. We got a really cool video coming out next week, and I'm excited to see how that goes.
Subscribe. Like. Comment. The boy who lived has come to die.